You would like to plead guilty. Okay. Mr. Braven, if your plea of guilty is accepted by this court, it means you won't have a trial of any kind, and you'll be giving up the rights that go along with a trial. I'm going to go through those with you. So you'll give up the right to a trial by jury, or if you didn't want trial by jury, trial by judge. You'll be giving up the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty, and to require the prosecutor to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You'll give up your right to have the witnesses against you appear at the trial and to be able to cross-examine them, as well as the right to have this court order any witnesses that you might have to appear at the trial. You'll give up your right to remain silent at a trial and not to have your silence used against you, or in the alternative, if you wanted to, your right to testify at trial. You'll also have some differences in the appellate rights, and I have to explain those to you. First of all, when you plead guilty, you don't get an automatic right to have the next higher court review your case. Instead, you have to ask them to hear it, and they would have to agree to do it. And the other thing that's different is that when you plead guilty, there are many, many, if not most, issues that you simply cannot even appeal. And that's very different from people who go to trial. If they get convicted, they can appeal everything. So now, do you understand those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Also, if I accept your plea of guilty, it means you cannot come back later on and try to say that the plea was the result of some promise or threat that nobody told me about today. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
It also means you cannot come back later on and try to say that it really wasn't your own choice to plead guilty today. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a plea agreement, Ms. Allen?
There is, Your Honor. In exchange for the defendant's plea of guilty to count 1, the people agree to dismiss count 2. We also agree to dismiss a pending driving while license suspended case he has in the 54B District Court. There's also a sentence agreement pursuant to People v. Killebrew that the defendant's upfront jail would not exceed 12 months in the Ingham County Jail, and we have no objection to him doing inpatient treatment in lieu of a jail sentence. I believe his attorney has already looked into some of those options. Thank you.
Okay, very good. And Mr. Marks, is that a full and complete statement?
It is, Your Honor.
And Mr. Braben, is that all your understanding of the agreement as well?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you agree with it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, now there's a part here I have to go over about your sentence. There's an agreement that it would be no more than 12 months in jail. If for some reason I said, no, I'm not going along with that, I would tell you before I sentenced you and give you a chance, if you wanted to take back this plea and start over. You got all that?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything else that hasn't been said here right now in court in order to get you to plead guilty?
No, ma'am.
Anyone used any threats?
No, ma'am.
Is this your own choice?
Yes, ma'am.
And are you pleading guilty because you believe you are in fact guilty of this offense?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we're talking about the count 1, the fentanyl. Tell me what you did on or about February 11 of last year.
Last year was a really rough time for me. I actually was getting kicked out of my mom's, and I actually tried to kill myself. I called up my drug dealer, and I got 2 grams of fentanyl. I went in the bathroom and I snorted it all. I quickly came out to some cops there because me and my mom were arguing before I got out of the car. I guess someone called, and then I overdosed in front of the cops. And when I woke up, I told them I tried to kill myself and I was committed to a mental institution for 7 days.
Oh, that's just a terrible story. I'm sorry, Mr. Braben. So you were in possession of less than 25 grams of fentanyl?
Yes, ma'am.
And you knew that it was fentanyl?
Yes.
Okay, and that was at 226 East Grand River in Lansing, Ingham County?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Has the court complied with MCR 6.302, Ms. Allen?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Marks?
The court has, Your Honor.
Are you aware of any promises, threats, or inducements other than those already placed on the record, Ms. Allen?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Marks?
None, Your Honor.
The court finds the plea is understandingly and voluntarily made without undue influence, threats, or promises of leniency. It is an accurate plea. It's supported by the testimony. The plea is accepted. Sentencing is...
If I may, Your Honor, sort of discuss that in some sense, please.
Sure.
What Mr. Brabant and I would like to ask of the court, the rehab place is the Meridian Rehab in Waterford. He just called them today. They are advising him he has to be assessed again, but they feel that since he's already been assessed prior and was accepted, they feel that they can get him in either Friday or next Monday with a bed. Looking for direction from the court as whether or not my client can go ahead and do his rehab now prior to sentencing.
How long is the rehab supposed to be?
30 days.
Oh, I'm fine with that if the prosecutor has no objection. She's shaking her head no.
No objection.
She's muted, but she's shaking her head no.
No objection.
Yeah, no, I'd rather get Mr. Brabant a little healthier first. So if we're gonna go out 30 days, you said, how about Monday, June 7th at 3:45?
We feel that would be enough time, Your Honor. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Are you feeling a little better right now, Mr. Brabant?
Yes, I feel a lot better. Yes.
You're not thinking of harming yourself or anything?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay, then we'll do it by Zoom if that's okay with you. I can do a plea by Zoom, but I need your permission, Mr. Brabant, to do a sentencing by Zoom. Do you consent to that?
Yes, I consent.
Okay, then we'll set that on, like I said, Monday, June 7th at 3:45. And your bond is continued. Good luck with the program there, Mr. Brabant, and we'll see you on the 7th of June.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Paxton, I'm going to call you right now to talk about probation and give you their number, and because I want to make sure you talk with them while you're in rehab, all right?
Okay.